You can do the intro.
Hello. Welcome to the Anything Bowl where anything goes. I'm Brendan.
And I'm Miguel.
And we had a hell of a Halloween.
Did we?
We did.
Today's November 1st.
It is.
What do we do for Halloween?
Halloween things.
Halloween.
Let's move on.
Brendan, you're doing the intro this week. Tell me what we have planned for the episode today, please.
We have some Loki thoughts and reviews.
Yes.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where I want to be. We've also got some news. And we're going to talk about Rick and Morty. Not in that order. Brendan.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show.
I don't want to be here.
How are you feeling?
Pissed off.
Is it because of my song?
Yes.
You don't like my song?
I don't like your song. It's not good when Jack Black does it. It's worse when you do it.
I feel really bad because I'm going to keep doing it.
Got one fucking song in the Mario movie. Now he thinks if I sing anything, it'll go viral.
It did.
And you're the reason it does.
That's right.
It's not good, though.
4 or 5. We have 6 pieces of news for you this morning. Brendan, number one.
Movie
just got delayed. Can you guess what movie it is?
Is it Deadpool 3?
No.
I'm out.
Would you say Aquaman?
No.
It's delayed by 2 days.
What the fuck? That doesn't count.
It does. There's a whole article
What
about
was it? On Tuesday, now it's Thursday, like every other
No,
movie?
it was Wednesday, now it's Friday.
You know what I mean?
December.
But we're going to see it on Thursday, so it comes out Thursday.
Yeah, we're probably going to see it on Wednesday. Or you know what? They're only going to let you see it Friday because that's when the review embargo will lift. And it's going to be Friday morning when everyone goes, this is bad.
Well, they already said it's really bad.
Yeah.
James Wan's the director, and
Yes,
he's
he
a
is.
horror director, and he said
And
that
Fast and Furious.
And he said that it's a horror movie for DC. In like, there's horror elements in it.
Yes.
It seems like a family film, top to bottom, in that trailer.
I love that some of the leaks say that they killed the baby. Now, that's not me saying that I like
spooky dead baby.
That's not me saying that I like babies dying. That's more me.
But you do.
I just need to clarify that for when I get canceled 10 years from now.
It's
They're like,
murder the
listen,
baby.
man, you said that shit about the dead baby. Wait a second.
That dead CG baby.
Dead CG.
Gonna be CG. You know it's gonna be.
It will be. How else are they going to show that baby fucking exploding? Next article.
Put it in the microwave.
The OG map for Fortnite is coming back.
I don't care.
You never played Fortnite? You were never
I did. I fucking hated it.
You never dropped it Tilted?
I did.
Or
You know
Tomato
what?
Town? Honestly, I didn't play fucking Chapter 1 either. So
I played it the moment it came out because I played the game when it was single player, and I went, "What? They're
oh
doing
yeah,
a battle
you're a
royale."
veteran. Okay. Yeah.
And then, I'm like, "Oh, this 5-year-old's building a fucking house in front of me, and I'm trying to shoot him with a gun.
Yeah.
I hate this. Let me go back to playing PUBG."
Yeah, I never grinded. I almost said Five Nights at Freddy's. I never grinded Fortnite until the what is it, like Chapter 2 or 3, when they were like, oh, you know, if you finish the battle pass, you get Darth Vader. Timmy was there. I played Fortnite like a lot for probably like a 2-week span. So I was like, I gotta fucking get it. I paid for the battle pass. I was like, I gotta fucking get it. Now I have it. Use it, but I have it. And that's what matters. Darth Vader's next to Goku, and that's my Fortnite life is complete.
That's sad
Why is that sad?
because you
Because I
grinded-
don't want to play Fortnite?
because you don't want to use your Darth Vader skin, so you paid money for absolutely no
Well, no,
reason.
listen, man. If you came to me tonight and said, "Hey, I want to play Fortnite," I'd be like, "Yeah, man, 120 hertz, 4K, the shit run. It's the smoothest game I play."
Okay, I could fucking run Tetris at that. Doesn't mean it's gonna look any better. It still looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, but it's a good cartoon. Tetris is also the shit, so that's a bad comparison.
You know what I mean? Graphically and everything, it's still gonna look like Tetris. It's not gonna
Yes,
look like
yes.
fucking. You know what I mean?
God damn it, Lisa Frankenstein.
What?
The trailer just came out. Remember, we saw the trailer yesterday. It was in Ant-Man and the Wasp and not Freaky Friday.
Lindsay Lohan.
Nope.
Yeah.
So she was in it. What scene was Lindsay Lohan in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
No, she was in Freaky Friday.
She was.
Yeah.
No, that one. It's Vince Vaughn. Remember, he switches bodies with a young girl.
Oh, Freaky.
Freaky.
Not
Friday.
that girl.
Yes.
Yes, the 80s one.
Yes. The one where she brings the boy back to life.
Now you got me. Okay.
There was a lot of steps to get there, but we made it. It looks good. I don't know why there's a whole article dedicated to this, but like
It It
I
got
was
me
saying-
genuinely excited in
Exactly.
the theater.
It's either like a really good trailer cut together and somebody needs a fucking raise, or the movie is going to be a weird chunk of fun,
Yeah.
full of murder,
Yeah.
and probably like 10 weird sex jokes.
I'm going to be honest. I don't remember what happened in that trailer, but I remember being happy when it ended.
Oh my God, look, he's alive. Oh my God, he's the boyfriend.
Oh, yes.
Now
and
I'm
it was
murdering
one
people.
of, it was Zach or Cody.
Yes.
Yes.
One of the two. One of the Sprouse
Yes,
twins.
one of them. The one that still acts.
But he also only seems like it only looked like him in like certain scenes. Other scenes I was like, that's clearly a different dude. That's just another white guy.
Just the makeup on him was he was like a CG dude because he was like dead, and then like when they could make him really him and just put
Yes.
on makeup.
Do you want to play a game? It's called Predict the Sex Joke.
Okay.
'Cause it's like supposed to be like a young adult movie, I guess.
Okay.
And haha, she fucked a corpse. Your turn.
So anyway,
I wanted to see what you could come up with, because that's gonna be the whole movie. It's gonna be, oh my God, she loves him. Oh, she's killing people. How do they have sex?
I don't think you know what's going to happen in that. They're going to make one joke about it. It's not a raunchy comedy, and then they're going to move past it, and they're like, "I love you. Do you want to have sex?" And he's going to be like, "Okay," and he's going to take his fucking pants down, and they're not going to show anything, but you're just going to hear, and his dick's going to fall off, and he's going to be like, "I don't think it's going to work." And then she's gonna have to go find him a new one, as the body parts suggest in the thing where she rebuilds him.
Yes.
And,
In the Frankenstein
she's gonna
name.
he's gonna be like, "Is this work?" And she's gonna be like, he's gonna be like, "So this one." Then like,
What's the word? It's a quick little
Friendship.
montage
Oh.
of him just being like,
this dick.
he goes like
This
this, and then
dick?
it cuts back to her. She goes,
No,
"Mm."
I don't
And
want
he
that
goes,
one.
He goes,
This dick.
she goes. There you go. See, that's what I wanted. You got the joke.
Okay.
I'm very. Listen, man. Nobody's getting alcohol today, okay?
Give me the fucking bottle.
So I'm trying to carry this.
I'm Miguel, and when I say I don't want to drink, we don't drink. But when Brendan doesn't want to drink,
That's not what I
we
said.
give him drink.
I said I don't want to drink. You can drink.
So give me the bottle. You just said no one's getting the bottle.
I don't want to look at it.
Drink.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you take a shot. You
The MCU timeline book is out.
do it.
No,
Take a shot.
don't want to.
Take a shot.
Don't want it no more.
You do it. This is such good content. Okay, what else?
Listen, man. I'm here.
You're here.
I need you to meet me.
I am here, but for some reason, my brain is not working.
Okay, so the MCU timeline book came out. That really like nice $100 book that you're gonna buy and then just put on your table and never actually read or look at.
No.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I'm not going to buy that.
Oh.
I
Well,
don't
a
need
book that one of us is gonna buy and then never actually read. Basically, in the MCU timeline, there's a bunch of little stuff like saying, "What is it? The spider? Whose fault is it?"
It smells like Play-Doh.
I warned you.
Red.
Don't give it to me.
Here you go. There's your third breakfast. It sounds empty. There's a nice, refreshing bottle in front of you.
Okay, the ice will melt at some point.
Mm.
The MCU timeline book.
Yeah.
It retconned the error in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Which is?
That Spider-Man takes place like 2 years later than it's supposed to, and Scarlet Witch is dead.
This is a terrible podcast.
Go do some fucking jumping jacks.
You're
then.
sitting here just like, it's just...
Because it's not about me. It's
You
about
need
both of us.
Yes.
Brendan,
There you go.
if I,
There you go.
you know what? Here, we're gonna make this a game. For every few minutes that you can't give me something decent in terms of a response, I'm gonna fucking count it and sing the Five Nights at Freddy's theme that many times.
And every time you can't get enough energy to have a conversation going or come up with any detail, you owe me a shot.
That's not gonna happen.
Mm. What?
Tell me about what you thought about Loki. Nope.
Amp that the fuck up.
No. Good. Probably your own. Does that happen?
Yeah.
That you just get like your own hair in your mouth all the time? That sounds
You know
unbearable.
how like sometimes like hair falls off your head and you're like, oh fuck my hair? And
Yeah.
facial hair does the same thing. It's on my tongue.
Yeah, but that sounds.
Kind of gross.
I'd probably want to kill myself.
You get
Like,
used to it.
The suicidal thoughts or the hair? All of the above.
The first couple times I'm like, oh no, that's wet hair in my mouth. And then like after that, I'm just like, oh, hair.
Yeah. You don't save them for a snack for later?
Take a shot. You take a fucking
What are you
shot.
I don't want to.
I wasn't asking. You don't need to get drunk. Just take a shot.
Loki episode 4. How many people fucking die?
Like all of them.
13?
Yeah. Did you count?
No, actually. I know there's a room of people. So, hold on, spoilers. This again to me feels like an episode where like a lot happened, but nothing also happened, except for the ending. The ending when Victor literally just explodes. I think it's some of the coolest MCU shit I've seen in a bit, because they just built him up and then they were like, and then they don't do the thing where they're like, oh wait, he's actually alive. They were just like, poof. And then it's Loki and
Just
Sylvie
over.
being like,
Is he dead? Yeah, I think he's dead.
I'm pretty
sure
positive.
he's fucking dead.
because he didn't get like
He,
zapped. He just kind of,
He got Mr. Fantastic, did.
yes, he did. He turned
Many
into
syllables.
spaghetti
Yes.
string. Dead as hell. That was Miss Minutes.
Yeah. That one I was kind of on my phone when it happened, so I was a
Yeah.
little bit confused how it happened.
No, I have like a clear image in my head of him dying. I don't have
Yeah.
a clear image of her dying.
No. You know
Pretty
who
sure
I
she like
would
falls
love
apart.
to have a clear image of dying? Everyone in that box that they didn't show.
That they smushed.
Yeah. I like how it was just, oh no, and there was no like screams of pain. It was
No.
just no. And it's-
And it's silence.
that was really
the
quick.
lighting under her chin as she's just like
Dude.
fucked up.
Yeah.
What exactly could you say happened in this episode? Because it felt like meandering. It felt like they were like, we need Victor. Oh, Victor's here. Victor's got to do a thing. The thing is crazy.
I mean, I really like the part where him and OB met up and
yeah,
they
that
were
was
like
cute.
being like just old men together. Like, we used to do this
But
back in the day.
they
We're
also
doing
caught
it now."
themselves in a time loop where they were like, wait, you taught me. And now I have to teach you. But you taught me. Oh my God, I'm Obi.
Good job, guys.
Like, I'm fucking confused.
I can't
now.
do this without you because you taught me, but I know everything because you taught me. So I should be able to do this on my own because we know what we both know.
We do know what we both know.
We know what we know.
We could possibly
we
not
do
know what
be
we don't
knowing
know.
what we know. We do.
Obi. I think it's shot wonderfully. I think the colors look nice. I think some of the scenes are moderately compelling, and the acting, except for Jonathan Majors, because I hate the stutter and the character that he is.
Well, he's dead, so it doesn't matter.
Now it doesn't matter. I think that's all great.
You know
But
what's
from a
really
story
crazy?
standpoint, is I don't fucking understand what's happening.
We thought he was going to be the villain of this season, and we got a whole lot going on. He's dead, and we have the finale.
Yeah, there's 2 episodes left.
There are 2 still?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 and 6.
This season has nothing on the first season, and it
Yeah.
seems like they had so many ideas coming into it with Loki season 1, and now that they're at Loki season 2, we're like, oh, it's going to be the same thing again, but it wasn't.
No.
They did the same exact thing that they did with the rest of the TV shows. Here's an idea. Okay, make that a show. Well, we don't really have ideas for
We don't
shows.
have
We
an
have
entire
ideas
thing
for
right now.
movies.
Yeah.
So just like, like stuff some shit in there.
Yeah.
And it's just like some of it's good, but some of it's bad, and some of it's just staring at a
think
camera.
They tried to I think they're trying to convince us that the temporal loom is like the big story element of the season.
And it's not.
But it doesn't feel like it.
No.
Every couple scenes are like, oh my God, the temporal loom's gonna explode.
It just doesn't.
But no part of me is focused on that. No part of me is caring about it.
No.
No part of what they're building. They're like, oh, the TVA is gonna get destroyed. What the fuck does that mean?
And like, there's no real sense of danger because at the end of the episode, they all fucking supposedly died, but I don't believe that for a second.
No.
So the threat isn't there.
No.
So what are we waiting for? What are we doing? If Kang isn't doing anything, Sylvie's not doing anything.
They also had
Miss
Ant-Man
Minutes
fucking
is
kill Kang.
dead. Like Ant-Man killed Kang, so anyone can.
Anyone can fucking do it.
Fucking like. What is happening? Where are they going with this? What are they
don't know.
doing? How are you building up to such a villain and doing nothing with him the whole time?
Yeah.
I also heard a rumor today that Galactus has been cast as a woman.
Why? That's not a problem.
People on the internet apparently having a
People on the internet have a fucking problem with everything.
big issue.
That also has nothing to do with Loki right now.
Well, it's Marvel, and
You're right.
and it's for the Fantastic Four movie. Yeah. So it's like I feel like it's all going to intertwine and everything. So just bringing it up.
Well, hopefully, because right now we're like in the middle of Phase 5, and Kang is supposed to be this big threat, but he doesn't feel like it because he keeps dying. They keep trying to tease like, oh my god, the 10 rings and Ms. Marvel's bangle, and then in the Marvels they're like, look, this bangle looks the same, but you're like, I feel like we've heard about this for 30 seconds. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You know, it's another thing that like I thought was going to come back and be like some big grand reveal that isn't
The book,
Wanda.
yeah,
She's
no,
dead.
she's dead. Yeah,
Yeah, they confirmed she's just
100%.
dead. And it's just like, what are you doing?
It was also a really shitty death too, because the thing fell on her and she just like,
Yeah, and like it feels like this whole thing. Everyone's like, no, they're building, man. They're building to something. They're not. They built something and they're tearing it down already because they don't know where to go. And they're meandering. They're just like, if we just keep pumping out content,
people will keep watching,
and then
we can keep getting there.
And we can, and eventually we'll have a villain. And if it doesn't work, just kill them off. Do whatever. But Kang's supposed to be this big one. But then now he's in court and Ant-Man killed him already. So like, how good of a villain is he?
I mean, he looked kind of cool in Ant-Man. The suit was really nice. He's dead as shit now.
He is. And
he also like had a fight scene where he beat the fuck out of him, man.
He's dead like 9 times over. We still got the 3 other versions of him who still haven't done shit.
Yes. It feels
this
like
is the show that it felt like he was supposed to come to life and all of them were supposed to be in it.
I never got that.
Before it started, I thought that's what it was going to be.
I never got that at all. I knew that Victor Timely was there, but I knew that at some point Victor was going to just influence whoever to become the next, or like the Kang.
I thought there was going to be multiple, and that was the only one they showed off. Like, I thought it was going to be every episode. They're like, on this week, this is the Victor that we're seeing, and like, this one's a mad scientist, and this one's a fucking warmonger.
This one has 3 toes.
This one's a frog, and this one's on a unicycle. Why not?
No, I didn't get that at all.
Okay.
I knew it was just going to be Loki drama. I thought there was going to be more of a love aspect between him and Sylvie, but it feels like Sylvie's just taking a fucking backseat for them to go, we need to do something about the loom.
Everyone, even Loki is taking a backseat.
Yes.
The first episode, it was the Loki show. Yes. And now it's the Victor Timely show and the Obi show.
Loom.
And the Loom. Victor Timely and the Loom. Okay, awesome. What about Loki? Well, Loki's helping. Okay, but I'm watching it for Loki. I'm watching it for Tom Hiddleston, and you're giving him nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
The only thing that happened, and like, once again, I'm a little fuzzy on this.
Okay.
But he was talking about Thor and everything, and
he mentioned Thor randomly.
Was like going on about that, and like I feel like that was like one of those things where they were trying to like pull back and be like, nah, like
the MCU, man.
Yeah,
look,
and like I have this relationship with my brother, even though I'm a different Loki, and I'm like, oh, that's
one of those
cool callback, but like
exactly,
do something.
Do you remember when Guardians of the Galaxy first came out and they were like, look, man, first we were grounded, now we're in space. Look at all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then through the rest of the Infinity Saga, they expand on it and they're like, look, now we're in space, but it's bigger and it's crazy.
Yeah.
It feels like now the space and like the outer world chunk of the MCU is so fucking disjointed from the rest. It feels like it's not even part of it anymore. And then when they mention Thor, they're like, wait, come back. We got you.
Thor, I would say, is fine when it comes to part of that.
Yeah. I just mean mentioning him.
Think that, like, the Guardians, though, I know that they're kind of like ended that, but not
just
really. But, like, they're just so far out there, and they can make it work, though.
Yes.
You don't need to have it just like, oh, man, Thanos is coming to Earth. Every character we've ever shown has to come here. It's like, you can just, like, we understand the universe. We understand the laws. We understand how it works. You can have the Guardians be out there and never come back to Earth, and they will work perfectly fine in this universe. Yeah. And I would be okay with that. And maybe it would be cool for them to come back once in a while to do whatever, but, like, it doesn't need to happen.
Star-Lord movie.
And you can have those different things. And I thought that that's what they were trying to set up when they were doing the shows, because you had the Wanda show, which was like the magic. You had the Loki show, which was just the outer worlds.
The multiverse.
And then you had the Winter Soldier's Cap show, whatever.
Which was the grounded stuff.
Which was grounded. I'm like, okay, so you have these 3 different, I'm going to call them tier trees, that you're going to go down.
Yes.
And you're just going to build off of each one of these. And then Black Widow came out. I'm like, okay, that one's going. And then you had Doctor Strange. And you're like, okay, so where's this going? And then Spider-Man happened and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, it's all coming together a little bit. But then the grounded one's going to be the Thunderbolts. So I'll ignore that one for now.
That's fine.
The Thunderbolts still isn't out. And we have nothing.
Allegedly.
And everything else is going nowhere. So we're in a tier tree, but we're now at dead ends. And we have to now go back and regroup. Yes. And I feel like that they're trying to play it off as this is the plan, and it's not. It very clearly isn't.
It's clear now that the problem is that in the start, like as Endgame was coming out, they were like, all right, so what's next? Disney Plus is launching. We're doing these 20 different things. We need to have stuff for all of them. And Kevin Feige was like, well, we want to do the multiverse. And they're like, that's good. How much of that can we do? Can you make 4 shows a year and 4 movies? They're like, no, the whole thing will be over in like a year or 2.
Yeah.
They go, no, so then expand it. Figure it out. We have to do this. So now you have like the multiverse is the main focus, but then you have these 20 other branching trees that are now going to wind up just being loose ends.
Which is why we need the Deadpool
mastermind
movie, which is
with the fucking hat
universe thing.
The mastermind man with the hat, Mr. Kevin Feige himself, is going to figure out a way to like
robot. It's canon.
I'm talking about in the real fucking world, okay? Somehow he's gonna be like, no, this connects to this, this connects to this, this was the plan all along.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where he's wearing the mask of him smiling, but he's crying.
Yeah.
He's like, this was the plan. I did it again.
Fuck.
That's Kevin Feige in his room at night when he's really sad.
I don't know if it's the lighting that we have different today.
Everything feels different.
What? But I kind of feel like high or something right now.
I would not go that far, no.
Like, just the caffeine from the coffee and the lighting, and I'm just like zoomed in from like the focus of the caffeine.
I think it's this light.
The light is just like
that light right there is,
you know, and I feel a lot better. That's like kind of like a dream view where like everything's just kind of like, and then
it's also like you got the bright lights up here, and then this real bright one is direct on us, and then you have like soft other light outside, and you can hear the outdoors.
So like, but I feel like we talk about this a lot, and I'm like, I feel like people are kind of getting tired of hearing us talk about
Marvel,
the
MCU falling apart.
And MCU was just all of it, but it's just like, is it going to change?
Yeah, but see,
when do we stop caring versus when it changes?
The only way for it to change is for it to die.
Ooh,
that's
so Deadpool kills the Marvel universe.
No. I mean, like for the MCU to stop. That's what I mean.
Good.
Fucking tired of this.
I am though.
That's
because
the only way
like
it's going to finish.
Do you remember back in the day when
back in my day
a superhero movie would come out and you'd be like, what? There's a superhero movie coming out? And you're like, fuck, now I got to see this one? I don't care about this one. I want to see that one. Yeah, but you can't watch that one without
That's crazy that we're at that point.
And it's just like, I just want to go to the movies.
Be honest with me.
And watch a movie.
You're just saying that about the Marvels. Okay, Guardians was good. Ant-Man was fun.
I'm talking about Marvel in general, which is why I'm kind of excited for like DC right now. Not even
to do something different.
Not even in their cinematic universe, but like the Matt Reeves fucking Batman films and Joker.
Yeah,
there's
the things that worked before.
Because it's just like, oh, here's a movie. Here's a good sequel. Thank you. That's all I needed.
The things that worked initially, and we're just
so far off
now we're pumping things through a fucking machine.
You're just shoving them through a meat grinder, going content, and it's the Netflix.
It's
lean beef, man. It's lean beef. It ain't good.
I mean, you got to put some seasoning
flavorless.
On it. That's why you got to see. You don't season your beef?
I do.
Well, that's how you make
the
it better.
fat gives it the flavor. What? Unless it's a TV show, in which case the fat is the problem, and we need to shorten it to a movie.
Yeah. But then if it's a movie, it's not good.
No.
There is no
I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's not making sense.
I get it. I'm going to continue to be optimistic.
Yeah.
Loki right now is aggressively, I won't even say mediocre because it's still better than, I could say mediocre because a lot of the other shows have just been not good or baseline fine.
Yeah.
Mediocre is like, all right, I guess.
Yeah.
Loki's at that point. I'm still optimistic because Tom Hiddleston carries the show for every scene that he's in.
Even when they allow him to do things?
Yeah, even though he's in the fucking back seat.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they were able to do so much in 6 episodes last season. And in this one, they're like...
They had an actual story that maybe even if it didn't need 6 episodes, it still needed at least 4 or 5. And this one needed 3.
But is the problem really like the MCU at large, or is it the writer or the director?
It's the writers, which is why this thing is supposed to hopefully work. And I heard that even though the strike is ending, I believe, or it's over.
The writer strike is, the actor strike isn't.
Like I heard that Disney was like firing all the writers anyway.
No, they fired everyone from Daredevil because they filmed like a chunk of it and they hate it. They want to start from scratch.
No, I heard that, but I heard that like they were firing like a lot more. Like
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're at the point right now where like Star Wars and Marvel are both in the public eye bombing.
Yeah.
So they're like, we clearly are fucking up.
Like I saw some clickbaity thing online where they was like, oh, they're firing their woke writers and everything. I'm sure that's just like
they're firing their woke writers. Yeah. That sounds like some Florida type shit too.
So like I'm just like they're probably firing some people who worked on some shit, but that's about it.
They probably fired everyone that worked on Loki. They're like, no, we're done with this.
So
move on to the next one.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping that there's a bit of a shakeup And it's not even like just like, oh, well, I want to see this and I believe in this. And just, no, can you just give me a fucking good story? Give me some dialogue that sounds like a real person.
I mean, let's be honest. The best superhero movie I've seen in a long time is the Batman.
Yeah.
Like that's still.
And they're getting sued for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Some dude wrote the script in 2008 and they decided not to go for it. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we're going to do this movie. And they tried to settle it out of court. And he went, okay, you guys don't want to do it? Fuck you. I'll take you to court. And Warner Brothers was like, okay, we'll see you there. And then also on top of that, fucking... Yeah, words. Too many brands. Yeah. Universal is apparently going to buy Warner Brothers in the next 2 years. So all of this will not matter.
No, it won't.
And I also heard that James Gunn isn't actually in charge of everything like he said he was supposed to be. Probably. And he doesn't even get the final say.
I believe
it's all going to be bullshit.
It's all going to be the exact same problem that we've had for the last... It's all going to be the
same fucking thing because no one can fucking learn.
Nope. Why learn from our mistakes when we can keep going? You know what? The cherry on top? Money. Who's going to buy Disney? You remember who's in the running right now to buy Disney in the next few years?
The Nazis?
Nope. It's Apple.
That was close.
That was a really good one. I don't know where you came. There's also an Apple event on Tuesday, so that's gonna be fun.
Ooh, yay! Got a nice speech for the Reich? No, okay.
Not okay.
I don't like Apple.
Clearly. Rick and Morty.
It's just Reich and Morty.
Reich and Martyr.
Reich and Mortar. Dolph Winkler.
Brandon.
Yes.
Rick and Morty.
That's the spin-off we should have gotten.
What?
Ow!
Did you get stabbed with some metal?
I had a zit on my calf and I just scratched it off because it was itchy.
Ow.
Yeah.
Wow. I really wish. The Rick and Morty season 7 somehow, some way.
Somehow, some way, somewhere. What?
Season 7 of Rick and Morty.
Yes.
I don't understand how we got that far.
Well, see, what happened was
when a mommy Morty and a daddy Morty love each other very much.
Love each other very much, and then someone lied about it and didn't
what
lawsuits and Morty don't sound like Morty no more, and then cat involved, and then I don't know.
What
just
are you
stop me.
About?
Just fucking stop me.
I don't know what you're saying. A cat? What are you talking about? A cat is involved.
I was trying to just talk about the fact that he got like fucking in trouble for something, and I couldn't remember exactly what it was, and you were just staring at me blankly, so I just started throwing in random shit. Still there.
So, first of all, Hugh Jackman?
Yeah. No, we're on Rick. Oh, yeah. Rick and Morty. Duh. I thought we were back to Marvel.
So Hugh Jackman's in the episode as Hugh Jackman.
As Hugh Jackman.
Played by Hugh Jackman.
With his dick out.
What?
His dick's out.
The whole time?
Half the time.
Yeah. In the middle.
Yeah, and you know what he does?
Covered in mud.
With Hugh Jackman with his dick out, murders a predator.
He does, yes.
Like a man.
Yep.
So is he
with a Grammy Award.
Yes.
He chucks it at its head.
So, like, is that the new sequel we're going to get? Is Arnold out? Is Hugh Jackman in as the Predator killer?
Can he sing and do it? Can he sing and dance like in The Greatest Showman?
I don't know how that'll work, but I'll give it a shot.
I'm going to kill a predator.
Why don't you leave that to Lin-Manuel or whatever his name is? Don't give me that smile.
I think I'm perfectly fine with the voices.
Okay.
They sound a little...
No, they're fucking off. They're off.
No, they're not. They're perfectly fine.
No.
Once you're watching it...
Okay. No, I told
the line is blurred.
I told this to you. He was so clearly just pushing his voice to places it should not have been.
Yeah.
Just, oh no, gee, Rick, I don't know. And then it's just like, fucking, just like, fuck you, Morty. And like, it sounded like he was going through hell with those voices. And then they got actual voice actors. And they're like, hey, I'm Rick. Oh no, Rick. And it's just like...
I think they sound perfectly fine.
They sound normal, but they're missing the pain in his voice that made the characters who they were. They sound too healthy. They're messes of human beings, and the voices came through with that, and now they don't have
Justin Roiland is a mess of a human being.
I think they should have went to the Bindigo guys. We're going to Bindigo! You have no idea what I'm talking about.
I have not a fucking clue.
Oh my god, I have some shit to show you.
I don't want to.
We're going to fucking Bindigo, Morty.
I don't want it.
Oh, it's so good.
No, you know what's good is the Rick and Morty, the meme? 99 cent sloppy.
What?
Morty! Get in the fucking car.
That's it. That's the Bendigo
Is
one.
it really?
Yes. Get in the fucking car, Morty. All right, Rick, we're going to Bendigo.
Oh, I'm doing a little Morty sleep.
Morty.
That one? I don't think we're talking
I'm
about
gonna
the same
shoot
thing.
you in the dick, Morty.
Nope, we're not talking about the same
You
thing.
got a witchetty grub on your cock, Morty.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. They're Australian, and I don't know.
No, we're talking about two different.
Where his
different
eyes are
memes.
really big, and he's got like the sharp teeth. He's like, Morty,
It might be.
get in the car, Morty. And they're like, no, good. Leave him alone, Rick. And he's like, get in the fucking car, Morty. I love that these windows are open and like someone somewhere.
I hope some random neighbor right now hears you screaming the most obscene shit.
I want to yell more because he does it louder and in like a more aggressive
want
way.
you to.
And like, yeah, it's
This
bad.
is a very enclosed room.
It echoes a
It
lot.
does. It hurts my ears. You should stop.
They should have used those voices in the show because they make me cry from laughter. Because
Yeah,
it's
they're not very
so
funny.
over the top. What?
No. I'm saying the new voice actors
aren't funny.
The humor isn't there. It
No,
feels like the character, but it's not like
Because it was written, but it was also Justin Roiland drunk in the booth, being
Just doing
Rick, just
stupid shit.
ad-libbing.
Well, yeah, but he
you
also
know
like
damn well
harassed
that's how that
people.
episode happened. I'm a prickle, Morty. It's just like, and like they're like,
They're
what
like,
did you just
Justin, just
fucking
make
say?
something
He's
up.
like,
He's
no,
like,
we're just going with it. I'm Pickle Rick, and it's just like, what the fuck? And they're like, make it an episode, and
Maybe
now
it
they're
was
just like,
just
okay,
vomit.
what do we write? Oh, here, and like
animate around it.
You have
instead
to
of-
have a deranged man
Everything's
in there.
backwards now. Instead of writing around the dumb shit he says, now
Yeah.
they're writing dumb shit for what's already there.
And
They're just performing.
all these court cases, they always like promote them and everything when
Yeah.
it first happens.
Yeah.
And like after that, you don't really hear anything about it. And I
Yeah.
thought the charges got dropped and he
I'm
didn't actually get
Pretty
in
sure
trouble.
a lot of them did. But
Um,
now it's just like a blackball situation.
but it's just like you
But
canceled this guy,
It's not even
fired
just like,
him, replaced him, and then
Yes.
he didn't even get sued or get
well,
in trouble.
it's also, you're not looking at the whole thing. Like the harassment or whatever it was,
Yeah.
they had been thrown out, but people were also coming out being like, yeah, he's really just a piece of shit person.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like he's getting hammered in a fucking recording booth,
Well, no,
burping
but
and
see,
going,
you-
"Fuck you, Morty."
You can do that, but if you're like a piece of shit person who
Yeah.
doesn't show up to work like some of the things they were saying,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
You know, it would also explain what was taking so long, probably in between seasons, which is why we're getting it. Like this one came out pretty quick.
It did. Yes.
I would say.
They're also very short seasons compared to a lot of other animated shows.
All animated shit. The moment streaming kicked in, all
Yeah,
animated
everything
shows
is like
went
8
from
or
like
10.
22 episodes
know.
or what it took. Yeah, 8,
Yeah.
10, 6. And it's
Which
just
is
like,
crazy because the budgets don't seem to have changed too
no,
much.
I mean, some of the animation quality on some of these shows
Yes,
is
that-
higher.
yes.
So like things
Compared
like,
to like the first season of
Big
Rick and
Mouth
Morty,
and
it
stuff
looks-
like that, like looks terrible as far as like the art style itself,
but the
but
quality
it's well
is there.
animated.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Big
Big Mouth, I can't fucking stand.
love it. Got a side
Love it or your
spin
money
off
back.
Human Research because it's got John Mulaney in it. It's got
Did
Nick
you see his
Kroll.
stand up?
Yeah,
His new one?
oh my god,
Very good.
so good.
Very good.
I cannot picture him and Pete Davidson being friends,
No.
but they very much are.
Mhm.
And I also love that, like, after his stand-up special and everything, seeing all the people he talks to, I 100% know the comedy group that was at his intervention. And the
Just
line
imagining what that room looked like.
Oh yeah, the line that fucking sticks with me so much from that is there's nothing. I forget exactly how he says it, but the ending I always remember. It's just like there's nothing. Stop doing that. There's nothing that's more horrifying than Fred Armisen talking for 30 minutes and not trying to be funny.
Good special. There's not a lot of good comedy specials coming out right now.
So many.
Or at least
Tom
not,
Segura just came out with one.
Oh, yeah,
Matt
Sunshine
Rife
was
is
really
about to
good.
put out one.
yes, he's funny.
He's great. Shane Gillis just put out one. He's
Who?
fucking phenomenal. Shane Gillis. He's all over the internet. He's the one who looks like he's got Down syndrome, who like makes jokes about it constantly. And now he's just like, oh, like I look like a Republican, but I'm not. And he's like, and I got these like dumb eyes. And you can tell my uncle's got Down syndrome because it runs in the family. And like, you have no idea.
No,
what
I
I'm
have
talking
no, but I really want to watch it.
He's so fucking funny. So
Okay.
he's he had this one where he was just like, because he looks like that, he wandered into the handicap section at a football game and was hammered. So it was just like, and just they were like, yeah, that adds up. He checks out. You
Leave
belong
him in
here,
there. That's
man.
fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Everything's okay.
He's great. I went to go see Ari Shafir in
Did you really?
New York City.
He's funny.
I saw him. Mark Norman was there. Sal from Impractical Jokers was there. The guy who we were just talking about, who Shane Gillis.
There you go. Good job.
Chris DiStefano. I don't know if you know him. And then
You-
another guy who
Names.
just like
Just names.
I don't remember his name, but I remember he was gay. and everybody else made a gay joke that night, and he came out thinking it was gonna be his thing because he was gay, and he's like, I don't know what to fucking do now. So I guess here's another gay joke. But it was all, I saw all of them, and he told, the moment I saw him, he only told one joke, and I'm like, I need more of this guy. And then that joke, he was actually still working on it. And like, I always hear comedians talk about like working on their jokes and their specials and everything. So like when you see it in the special, that's not how it is the whole time.
No.
I saw him with a joke
It's built
in that
more and more as
special
time goes on.
earlier. And I think the one that I originally heard,
Was
I
better.
found funnier than the one that he actually wound up doing. But at the same time, it could just be because I heard it already. I knew where it was going.
Because it also could have been like the booze and the whole environment and the fact that there was other comedians there.
There's nothing better than a live show for anything. I mean, I saw Chris
100%.
D'Elia live and everything too.
You've seen him?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck? How do you go to all these comedy shows? Are they all in the city?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. I hate the city so fucking
So do I.
much, but if you want good shit, you
Gotta
gotta go. There is a club in New Jersey or two that are like okay, but if you really want to see big comedians, like
you have to go.
you gotta go,
the
and it's
city.
just it's a bit of a long train ride. So I try to make sure it's worth it, which is why I went to that Ari thing. He's like, I got like 6 comedians.
6 of my buddies are coming up in
and
here.
he's like, I'm not telling you who any of them are. I'm like, I swear to God, if I show up to this and you got Tom Segura, Joe Rogan, and Joey Diaz, I'm gonna fucking cry and come at the same time.
It's gonna be glorious.
It's gonna be fantastic.
I'm gonna do it right in front of you too.
It wasn't, but like, I mean, it was glorious, but I'm like, it wasn't the roster that I thought it was gonna be, but it was still so great. So if he does that again, I'm totally gonna do it because I loved Ari, and he had that show like This Isn't Happening on
the
Comedy Central. Which,
yes, it was a bunch of different comedians, right?
Yeah, and they would just all tell stories. So that's how I fell in love with him and everything, and just he's still doing.
That's how I fell in love with Joey Diaz.
That's what that was.
Oh shit.
He was just like, I want to start this up again, but like I don't really know how. But then I've kind of heard him talk about things. I think he's kind of moving away from everything, so it might not happen. But there's so much we got to see, and the live show. So they got that Steve Rogers musical.
Yes,
that's coming out. That was from
Hawkeye. Hawkeye, yes, good show.
So I've never seen a musical in person, but maybe not musical. But if they could do something superhero-esque in a live show kind of format or something like that, might be really cool. Because you also know I'm a really big Letterkenny fan, and I saw that live.
How do you see Letterkenny live?
It was so good. They would just go up on stage and they would have little sets like it was a play, and then just because the show was
they were just acting
essentially a
things out.
sitcom, and they would just do new skits there, and then they would take the greatest hits moments from the show and put them on a giant screen in there with the lights off, and everyone knows the words, so they're saying it along with it. And we're all laughing and doing whatever. And one of the dudes, they're all just Canadian comedians, so one of them just went up and did comedy for 45 minutes, and I was crying.
How long were you there?
An hour and a half.
Well, that's it
for Letterkenny.
This sounds like a whole day fucking excursion.
So
also, it's just a play. That's what you're watching. You're watching a play, but you're calling it something different.
To be fair,
nothing against the play.
It was in New York City a month after weed got legalized. So I walked into a store and bought the first thing I saw. So I have no idea how strong it was.
Of course.
I love comedy. I listen to comedy all day, every day. No one has made me laugh more than the guy from that special. I couldn't breathe and then left all of the merch I bought there because I forgot about it.
Are you
he
kidding
made me
me?
laugh so hard.
Was it laughing or was it the marijuana? Let's be honest.
It was. I had such a good time. The moment it was over, I'm like, that was great. And I just stood up and I just left. I was just like, I can't believe that.
Okay.
Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's.
So now we're gonna
don't you fucking dare.
So now we're gonna pivot to another situation of a bunch of people in a really dark room clapping, applauding, and screaming. I was not expecting Five Nights at Freddy's to be a fucking event movie where people were applauding and you had to be there opening night. Okay?
Neither did I.
Was not expecting this at all. But let me tell you, as the one out of us that randomly watches all the theory stuff about Five Nights at Freddy's, even though I've like never really played the games, I had a great fucking time, dude. The movie's bad, but I had a lot of fun.
It made me so mad. Every single time they started fucking clapping.
Dude, it was...
No, it's not the same. Hold on. It's not the fucking... I sat through several bad Marvel films, including Thor 2 and others that I'm not going to name now. I sat through 3 Iron Man films. I sat through a decade of movies to get to a point where Captain America could pick a fucking Mjolnir and have the crowd go, whoa!
And scream.
And
or
these
when Thor shows up,
we're just like, we got our first movie. There's a bear, man. It's a bear. And I'm like,
Listen,
it's not a payoff.
So-
it's just a movie.
So first of all,
Why?
Brendan's very angry.
There was no payoff.
The problem it's not payoff. The whole thing, the applaud was anytime something from the game happened in the movie.
But it should have. It was a movie about the game.
But it's diehard fans. That's I loved.
We saw Mario. Every time Mario was on fucking screen, people were like, "Oh shit! Oh no! It's
I didn't see Mario.
I did.
I didn't give a shit. I don't care. It's me, Chris Pratt. It's every time something from the game showed up and it was 1-for-1. That's when the crazy applause happened. Nothing was spoilers. Nothing was as perfect as when
he came around the corner.
He came around the corner in the golden Bonnie
Even I
suit.
knew that, yeah.
And including myself, everyone was like, "Holy!" Like there's screaming, there's yelling. He's coming around the corner. It's all. First of all, did you know there's no CG in that movie? Not a single shot.
Bullshit. Their eyeballs alone were clearly CG.
No, they were not.
There's no fucking way.
No, not a chance.
No. I saw online that they said Foxy was the hardest one to create in CG.
Nope.
Maybe it didn't say CG. It was the hardest to create. But also, that was the thing that really made me mad.
What?
The children's bodies are inside of them. Foxy is a twig. You can see straight through him, and there is not one bone in there.
No.
Where's the kid?
Listen, this movie really had me from a story.
When the bears and everything were just like really happy. They're like, let's build a fort, man.
That's where
this is why we're here.
That's where. Listen, pros and cons of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Okay, pro number 1, Golden Bonnie. What's the Shaggy's name? The actor.
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard was given. It didn't
so
land
hard,
every time.
But the words were just stupid.
He fucking came to work and he put in all the effort that he could. It didn't land because a lot of the dialogue was shit.
Was so bad.
But homie came in and they were like, "Listen, your name is William Afton. You're the purple guy. You're the big mean villain of the whole series.
Yeah.
Do your thing." And the whole time he's like, "What are you guys gonna do to me?"
I didn't play the games.
Neither did I.
I don't know why.
All about the lore.
He's in a yellow suit. Why is he the purple guy?
Do you want to learn?
Sure.
So initially, right? Initially, when the first couple of games came out, there was a purple guy. He was purple in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So he would just give him the name Purple Guy because his sprite or his character was just a solid color purple with some eyeballs.
Okay.
And some hands.
Okay.
There's multiple different theories because technically in Five Nights at Freddy's, there's like 3 different timelines. But the main knowledge of it is that before the animatronics, this dude was in love with like the big bear costumes and things.
Oh.
And so Golden Bonnie, the suit that he was wearing, is the original one that he would wear when he went to work. Then he helped invent the animatronics. So it's a lot of like Bonnie is based off of the golden thing or whatever, but he kept it because he uses it to murder children and lure them in.
Flaw, though.
Yes.
Why would you put the rib clamps in the one that you have to actively wear?
Well, because now it's cool. Listen.
Why would you build that, though?
There are 2 points in that movie where I completely understand and appreciated the applause. Number 1 is when he came around the corner, because even though it's in the trailer, when you're in the big Dolby theater,
even that, I was like, okay, that was cool.
Super fucking cool.
Yeah.
The other one is one. I don't remember what game it's in. It might be in the third one. In one of these games, there's a lot of like 8-bit mini games where that's where all the lore comes from. It's like, jump scare, but when you survive, it's like an 8-bit game. In the ending of one of them, it's Purple Guy, and he's like, the kids are trying to lure him into this back room, and eventually he gets trapped in there. And in this like little 2D sprite thing, he's running back and forth, and the kids are blocking the door so he can't get out. He's like, you know what? I could beat these kids up. I'm gonna get in the Golden Bonnie suit. And he runs over, he gets in the suit, and then blood sprays everywhere because it traps him in. And then he sits there and he shakes because he's too angry to die. He's kind of like Goku, man, literally too angry to die. He gets entrapped. His corpse just kind of sits in there and rots, and it becomes Springtrap, which is probably the scariest animatronic that I think there is. Okay. In the movie, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
He's like fighting him, and then it traps him in, and then they just drag him off to this back room, and then they show him literally sitting there shaking. He's like, wow, man, I'm fucking dying, but I refuse to die. I'm literally too angry.
Yeah.
That, I think, deserved applause. The random moments where they were like, look, it's the balloon guy. I was like,
did you ever find out who that YouTuber was? Can you Google who that YouTuber was?
God, I don't want to know. Matt Pat was there.
Yes.
Game Theory?
Yes.
That shit was funny.
Yes.
That's exactly how you do a random cameo like that. It was completely out of left field.
What I like is that he also has like a food theory channel.
Yes.
And since he was a server, he was like, oh, it's a theory and everything. I'm like, shut up, man. I appreciate it, but shut up.
Leonardo DiCaprio me.
You said it.
I love that he was in it. I think if Markiplier was in it, I would have shit my pants.
Yeah,
I would have been like,
I think
that's
everyone wanted him to be really.
Yeah.
Also, the jump scares.
not scary. Except the
That
one.
little doll. Every time he would be like, "Bah," and then
Oh, the balloon kid?
Yeah,
Yeah, balloon boy.
And every time they did that, it was just like that's what they tried to get you on
Yeah.
the most. Every time, like there's murderous animatronics out there, but because
see,
this little figurine is here,
That's what brought some humor in. Because it didn't even feel to me like they were like, oh, look, there he is. They would just like a random zoom, and then the guy would be like, oh, you fucking spin him around.
Also, another flaw that I found with the movie, no one ever found the kids' bodies because they were in the animatronics.
Yeah.
They didn't find his brother's body. Was he in an animatronic?
No,
Where the fuck did he go?
they killed him.
Where?
Yeah, William Afton has killed like hundreds of kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Later in the games, you find out that it's because he collects their remnant, which is their soul, like energy shit, and then
Okay.
uses it to power stuff. So he probably in the movie universe, because they're separate now, he probably killed a bunch of kids just to collect that energy to make more shit.
Okay.
Because then he thinks like, oh man, it's energy to make stuff, but then the soul gets trapped in the body of the animatronic. It's a whole thing.
And then the other thing with his daughter being like, I can't tell. No, if I go near him, man, I can't. I'm like, oh, there's a blonde girl who's one of the children who are ghosts. Maybe her sister died and she knows it's him, but she knows she can't defeat him or something. She's like, come on, Dad. And I'm like,
Stop it.
you dumb motherfucker. What?
What other ready? You give me a con, I'll give you another pro. Pro, Golden Fredbear.
Han, horrible writing, the worst of the year.
You gotta be more specific than that. Are you gonna say
All of the
random
dialogue
aunt?
between
Every-
her and the main character
Yes.
was god awful.
Yes. Pro, the random, not random. When the girls are going to go look in the animatronic's mouth, and then it bites her in half, and you see the body fucking smack on the ground.
That was pretty cool.
That was really good. That's the only good kill in the movie.
Con, when
Building the fort.
the ant dies and you just like see her feet there and they're like, oh man, you killed the ant.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like,
And then you realize, wait a second, there's a chunk of this
She-
movie you could just delete because the ant and the whole story right here is just filler in between the nights at Freddy's.
yes, also, he was there way more than 5. I
Yeah.
counted. He slept through the first 2.
Mhm.
The 3rd night he brought her. The 4th night they were there doing whatever. The 5th night he was just like, oh man, they turn on us. We got to get out of here.
Mm.
And then the 6th or 7th night he was just
Well-
like, oh, we got to go back in.
Brandon, in the games, it's called Five Nights at Freddy's, but there's actually always like 7 or 8 nights. There's the 6th bonus night, and then usually there's like the ultimate night where you can set all of the robots to their hardest difficulty.
Also, he clearly knew that the drawings were the way to communicate with them
Yeah.
based on the drawings on the wall.
Yeah.
And then she's putting the kid's drawing and she's putting the thing on the wall. And instead of him being like, no, and stopping her, he's like, what are you doing?
What is she doing?
What are you doing?
Stop it!
Please don't do that. Oh
but
no.
Still, it's because right, the audience that this is going for, the net that they're trying to throw is gigantic. Right? You're trying to get the diehard FNAF fans that have been watching this since Markiplier played it like fucking 10 years ago at this
But
point.
if you just stuck to the
You're
lore, it would
trying
have been a
to
better
keep-
movie.
It would have been, yes. But you have to condense all of that lore because you're trying to cast the widest net. If they made it too complicated and they were like, wait a second, the remnant from all this stuff, the bite of 87, you would have lost a huge chunk of fans. Then you have all these kids that are like, I fucking love my Freddy plush thing. Let's go see it, Mom. And that's why there's a certain point where the animatronics literally lay on the ground in a circle together and build a fort.
Because they're dead kids.
It was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Also,
I don't understand how they went, look, man, horror game, horror movie, building a fort.
they were just like, what's your name? Mike. Mike what? Oh no. And no one said it at any point in the movie.
I'm pretty sure they said it in the end.
They didn't. I was waiting the
Pretty
whole
positive.
fucking time. And you know what? It didn't fucking matter because you didn't know the brother's last name either. So
No, you just
why
took
were
it.
you hiding it?
Some of the acting in this was really bad too. Ironic too that Josh
We
Hutcherson.
just watched The Hunger Games.
Yes, exactly. He was much better in those first 2 than he was in this.
I'm like,
He looked like he smelled. When we needed a shower real bad. That's what Timmy and I were saying the whole drive home.
I mean,
At.
he did work the night shift at a haunted place. So like,
Yeah.
there were some really good moments and some really bad moments. Like really,
Yes.
really bad moments. The cupcake,
It was listen, man. I saw like an Instagram video on this or something. What is the sentience of the cupcake, right? Because you have
dead baby.
five animatronics.
Yeah.
Freddy,
Yeah.
Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and then Golden Fredbear was the blonde kid.
Okay.
He's the Freddy that showed up in the end that was all broken with the top hat.
Okay.
Golden Fredbear, I think. I'm like 99% sure.
No, because
The cupcake.
Okay.
If there's only 5 kids,
Mhm.
is the cupcake like a sentient extension of Chica because she's always holding it? Is the cupcake another kid? Is the cupcake
Just a robot.
I'm so fucking confused.
I think it's a dead baby. It's smaller. It could fit in a cupcake. The soul's tight, like more compact.
I also thoroughly appreciate the fact that they wanted to go practical 100% and not use CG for when anything attacked it. So anytime the cupcake bit somebody, it was just them holding the thing like this and going.
But here's the thing, though. You're going to go practical?
Yeah.
I could not tell one bit it was practical.
Really?
It looked CG to me.
No, it looked
Every
like,
single time. I just straight up thought that I was watching an animated version of these things, and they look good.
They look really
but
good.
because of the eyes and everything, it just seemed very fake to me.
Yes.
And there's no way in hell those eyes were not CG.
I have no idea. Maybe there's touch-ups.
Yeah.
I also just read a headline. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw an article with a headline that I read, and now I'm holding it as fact.
I do that so often on the show.
Exactly. It's the same shit. I think on the whole, the best part about this movie, outside of seeing him turn the corner with the knife and then doing the sound from the game,
Him like hunching for no reason in
Yes.
a fucking super soldier suit.
is the fact that this movie is going to make so much money that there has to be a sequel.
Yeah.
I think what they said Thursday night, it made 10 million on a budget of 30. Oh, well, first option was, what was the budget for the finale? 25 million. This is going to make its money like 20 times over.
Yeah.
So then the next one, ideally, they'll do what I remember what movie it was, where they were like went PG-13 and then went rated R for the second one.
No. No.
There's 3 of those movies.
Yeah.
And they're all good.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
You have no idea. Okay. I
was
in
there. We saw them together.
and I was just like, this is gonna be the dumbest thing. How are you gonna
And
replace
then
Robin
it
Williams
was
with The Rock? And I'm like, that was
phenomenal.
great.
And then they were like, we're going to
That's
do
how
it again.
you reinvent a movie
Yes.
franchise and
Yes.
still make it canon with the existing one. And then they came out with another sequel. And
And
it
it
was
was
still
good.
great because they got Danny DeVito.
It's crazy that there's not another one either, because
They're working on it.
Welcome to the Jungle made almost $1 billion, or the,
It was because
Yeah.
of COVID, but I think they already filmed it.
and then the next level made 800. Is there another Jumanji?
I believe so. It's gotta be in
This is very important. Hold on.
I'm
Is
Googling.
there another?
I thought there was
Jumanji.
supposed to be like up to 4.
Jumanji 4 is anticipated to come out in theaters in December 2024 or early 2025.
Which was the next level considered Jumanji 3 then?
Yeah.
Oh.
The final level. The alleged title.
Okay.
Makes sense. See, but they've lost the magic now. It's been, what, 4 years since the last one? Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where I want to be.
Just a really quick update
Yeah.
on the Loki thing.
Yeah.
The Loki Instagram account deleted all of their photos and added a cryptic update after the season 2.
What?
On the Instagram account for the Loki TV
Yeah.
show, they deleted all of their content.
Wait, doesn't the episode end with like a big white light?
Yeah, because they all get blown the fuck up.
Oh,
by
that's right, because the loom. Where do we go from here?
The thing just says it's missed minutes, and it just says access denied.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, we have to wait a week, and I'm sure it'll be fine. Can you guess what the tomato meter says for Five Nights at Freddy's?
30.
26.
Close enough.
What's the audience score say?
84.
90. Five Nights at Freddy's.
And that's the
I'm
cute
so
ending?
sorry.
No.
It's stuck in my head. So no, what I was saying, it's the fact that the movie is going to make so much money. The next one will hopefully be better, because now it's like, oh, it's a movie franchise. Now we can take more liberty with what we're going to do from here on out.
Get, better writers.
Better writers. You could actually use some CG, some better actors, better story.
I like the one scene at the beginning, which is the first time people clapped in it, which I was
Good.
very confused about. When the first dude died,
Mm.
and just in the booth, and you just see the bunny and the duck. I don't know their name. And
Bonnie and Chica.
sitting there with the pipe or whatever, just your ass, man. And the crowd was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "What do you mean, yeah?
They're
There's
here. Oh
no
my
way-
God.
There's no way that's a reference to anything in a video game. That
I
the
just like,
fucking horror
I'm
jump scare games, you're gonna see a bunny just be
yeah,
like, "I'm gonna
I'm
get
so
you."
used to in these games that they're like, they don't move. They just like look at you.
Yeah.
And then when the jump scare is so fast and they're moving so quick, you're like, oh, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
But in the movie, they're doing so much moving.
Yeah.
It entirely took me out. Like from the jump.
Yeah.
The fact that they're like, oh, hi, Freddy. And she's like,
I think it was a really big missed opportunity that
to do more dumb shit.
No, that for the entire month of October, they just partnered with Chuck E. Cheese to rebrand or the month and
Isn't
just
Chuck E. Cheese closing down though?
scare there you go. Now all you have to do is kill some kids and put them in some
Stop it.
robots, and then it happens.
Murder's not okay.
No, unless you put them in robots.
I do apologize, but I like that movie a lot. Not enough to like ever
I didn't
watch
hate
it
it under any circumstance. I just didn't get what the fucking clapping was for.
Now you just gotta wait, because when I turn 26 and you're gonna be 27, we're gonna sit here and watch Five Nights at Freddy's before the second one comes out.
I already told you after we left the theater, I'm like, that wasn't something I thought was great or whatever, but I totally feel like it's like, oh man, it's Halloween. What do you want to watch? I don't know, Five Nights at Freddy's? Yeah, okay. And it's just going to become a Halloween movie.
Probably. Even though it was bad. But I had fun.
But like, it wasn't, that's the problem. It was bad, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a good movie with bad writing.
But it was also, maybe it was just like the energy from the crowd, because there was a fucking ton of clapping. Like, it wasn't just like people going,
it was just
like by the time you got to the second half, people were screaming.
People were just like, what the hell? And
They were like, oh my God, it's the bite of 86.
And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? This is exactly how we were when we watched Slender Man. We were there.
We pissed some people off because we couldn't stop laughing.
No, we were laughing appropriately. There was a kid high off his ass on a God knows what sitting next to us who was laughing at everything.
Yes.
And an old lady sitting behind him was like, "Could you just shut up?" And I'm like, he's making this movie way better, so please leave him alone, because this movie's fucking awful.
Yeah, that's a movie I never have to see again.
I kind of want to.
Isn't Slender maybe inebriated?
No, we got to watch it sober to compare.
It.
Hair's starting to hurt.
Wonder what it has. Eight.
8.
8.
Like no teen after that, just
No,
8.
8. Can you guess what the audience score is?
9.
16.
Mm.
A little better. A little bit of progress. Let them climb. Let them see. So the spooky season's over, Brendan.
No, it's not. Not over till I'm ready.
When this goes up on November 1st, when I admitted to the world that I will be listening to Christmas
I'm
music.
usually not over Halloween and everything until like
Thanksgiving.
No, but like the week after Halloween, when like more leaves already fall off the trees and everything. Because like we've also had like a really weird fall, so there's way more leaves on the
Oh
trees
yeah,
right
today
now.
was 80 degrees.
Yeah. So like when the leaves actually fall off and everything looks decrepit, I'm like, oh, it's spooky like Halloween. Then I get into it again.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm like, everything's dead. It's cold. It's fucking winter.
What comes next?
Winter. No.
Because I'm telling you, once November 1st hits, it's all Christmas music for me.
No.
Yeah.
It's once Thanksgiving hits.
No, that's for you.
That's how everyone works.
No.
You're the reason why Mariah Carey is going to kill us all one day.
Right. Well, I was talking to some people today at work, and I was like, you know what? Every year I hold myself back deliberately. I'm like, I kind of have an itch to listen to this, but I'm going to wait. This year? Fuck that.
No,
I'm entirely
You
giving it.
have to hold back.
No.
No, I'm going to tell you why.
I don't.
Because by the time Christmas comes around, you're going to be burnt out.
Second wind.
And you won't. What
No,
second wind?
I'll burn. So
it's not like breakfast. You can't
if
have.
I start November 1st, I'll burn out on it by the time December hits. But then the rest of the world will be like, oh, it's Christmas time. Second wind, Christmas. Second Christmas around Christmas time. Why are you so angry?
I'm not. I'm actually getting kind of excited.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Christmas is my favorite fucking time of the year, man.
No,
I
right
cannot
now.
wait.
Right now.
Nope.
You get the spooky season where everything's beautiful outside. You get the horror movies. You get the spooky shit. You get Nightmare Before Christmas. Then you got to wait 3 weeks, and then you start getting time off of work, and then you in school and stuff, and you get the best fucking meal of the year. And you just, shut up. If it ain't true for you, you have a shit Thanksgiving.
That's not true. My dad makes the best sweet potatoes.
Then it should be the best meal of the year.
You ever have a really good pizza?
Ever have stuffing? You ever have stuffing?
You ever have a really good, thick, juicy, cheesy bacon burger with a really nice brioche bun?
I thought that was going to go a really weird route.
What's wrong, Brendan?
What do you mean, what's wrong?
You don't like when I talk about big, thick, and juicy?
No.
It's just a burger.
No, it's not.
What's your problem?
Raw.
Like it. Folks, this has been episode 78. 78 is a big number.
How long has this episode been?
About an hour.
There's a lot of filler in this episode.
No.
No?
I'm having a great fucking time.
No.
Well, it's also, to be fair, we took a week off.
Yeah, but the start was also a little rough.
Gotta get back into it.
Yeah. Okay.
What did we do last week?
Halloween things. Watch Halloween. Or don't, because it's November. But watch this one.
Please watch us talk about a horror movie, even though it's November.
Because I told you, it still counts the week after Halloween. It doesn't just... keep talking about that, and I didn't hear it once in the movie. I have no idea what you're talking about. Because everyone's too busy screaming for me to hear. And then there's a kid just running around.
Oh my God. I thought I was the only one that saw it.
No.
Every time I looked off to my right, this poor kid got up, and at one point his dad got fucking frustrated with him.
And it was like 10 minutes into the movie.
Yes, it was. The kid just wouldn't stop running around.
And he's sitting there just like smacking people in the back of the fucking head, just running down the aisle. I'm like, wow, kid. Like,
I love that. I love that at one point,
no.
he jumped up on the chair, and I watched as he jumped up, and the dad instantly was like, "No, I'm done. Get up, let's go. We're done.
We gotta go to the bathroom. I can't."
He's like, "I'm gonna go stand in this fucking car. That's what I have to do. I'm not gonna let you do this to these people." And you know what? Appreciated that.
Yeah.
Because if they started screaming and crying, I would have left.
He screamed a couple times.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Was it when people were clapping? Because I didn't notice.
Maybe, I don't know, but
Probably.
you know what's gonna make you feel like a piece of shit? What if he was special? Complained about a kid who was like autistic and couldn't help but scream, and you're like, "Why don't you shut the fuck up, kid?"
Piece of work, Brendan.
Now you feel like crap, don't you?
Now I do. Yeah.
That was the Anything Bowl. We'll see you next week.
Okay.